Hey everyone, welcome back to Play Casket with your hosts, Rock the Goblin.
And Ghost your co-host.
In this episode of Your Turn, we are going to be playing some classic vintage Monster Hunter. Like, you could almost say that it's old. It's almost a antique Monster Hunter. even has its own bronzing if you kind of look at the edges and stuff, you know.
And Roman numerals and all
And
that
Roman
good
numerals.
stuff.
Oh my god. And like you can see the actual blocky pixels on the actual map and interface.
Who remembers using the D-pad for camera? Oh my god.
I remember. Actually, I don't remember because I never actually played it until try. So.
Then you gotta do the claw. Yeah, I remember
claw.
this. The claw controller. Yeah.
Awesome. So, this week, we didn't have many things happen. We had one really huge thing happen and a couple neat things that we're going to probably come up. But basically, I feel like we should probably cover it regardless because I feel like it's a something that needs to be aired out there and kind of be aware of a bit more. Embracer Group basically buys the whole fucking world.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds great. We keep yelling about like EA and all that about not buying up all these companies, but Embracer Group just like bought like another 120 different IPs basically. And they're basically like a Swedish Disney. They're an investment firm. That's all they do. They just buy up stuff. Right? So it kind of sucks. They've gone on record saying that they're about video game preservation, but let's be honest, we don't know what the hell that means to them.
Yeah.
You know, that could be just them having their own Game Pass. Oh, we're preserving it for you type of crap. Whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like that's their pool, right? That being said, they ended up buying Limited Run Games physical release company, which kind of suggests otherwise. Who knows? Or maybe they're just trying to like squeeze out Microsoft or something like that. Who knows? It's suspicious as hell. Mm-hmm. And they just bought them. They bought a Lord of the Rings video game IP, not the entirety of the IP, just the video game's IP itself.
The license to make it.
Yeah, to make video games for it. So
Not
they can't.
a bad thing, right?
Yes, it is. Well, because they can't. Because Rings of Power still exists. We already know how butchered it's gonna be. You know, like let's be real here. You know,
Pain.
and Swedish people have a lot of woke people there, so you know, pain. Lots and lots and lots and lots of gross, grotesque, slimy pain. But yeah, so we got some crazy shit going on with that. Embracer Group actually owns over double what Microsoft owns.
Yeah, so you guys scared of Microsoft buying the shit out of everything?
Yeah.
Well, now we have Embracer buying the shit out of everything.
Yeah, people are like, oh no, and then Embracer comes by and is like, yeah, we're just gonna buy all of these companies. They even have so I have a list. They even bought Coffee Stain, which apparently Coffee Stain Studios was actually a subsidiary of a company called Coffee Stain Holdings, which was actually another investment firm. They're an investment firm buying up other investment firms. Like that's some shady shit right there.
Oh my god, this thing won't stop vibrating. What the fuck's going on?
I thought that was something else you're hiding. Which is weird, because you're a ghost and you're like semi-transparent. I don't know how you're hiding shit. So, anyway. They have a whole slew, especially because they own THQ Nordic, too. Like, so, that's a thing. But I'm going to go down a whole list right now and just kind of give you a scope. It's not all of them. It's literally like the more important stuff. They own, in video game IPs, The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, The Ascent, Sanctum, Goat Simulator, Satisfactory, Gianna Sisters, Destroy All Humans, Deep Rock Galactic, Realm of the Mad God, Dragon Veil, Flat Out, Wreckfest, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Gothic, Risen, Elex, MotoGP, MXGP, Darksiders, Remnant, From the Ashes, and Chronos Before the Ashes, SnowRunner, Duke Nukem, Zen Pinball, Castle Storm, Maneater, Metro, Shadow Warrior, Evil West, Trek of Yomi, Borderlands, Brother in Arms, Homeworld, Homefront, Road 96, Torchlight, Hob, Neverwinter Nights, Gex, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain, Deus Ex, Thief, Second Sight, Alone in the Dark, This is the Police, Saints Row, Dead Island, We Sing, D-Blob, Red Faction, Time Splitters, MX vs. ATV, and Killing Floor. with multiple other investments that include partial ownership of Valheim, Song of Conquest, TikTok, A Tale for Two, and Time on Frog Island. And also have investments in CD Projekt Red, which helps with the whole Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
I think you know what the worst part is?
Fuck?
You know what's going to be the worst part, though?
I'm never going to see a The Blob 3?
And we're never going to see a Time Splitters.
Oh, that's still... We came to that conclusion long ago.
Yeah.
But holy shit, dude. Whoa. You know, and this is not even like... This is just the, like, creamiest of the crop list that they have. Mm-hmm. And they have Sanctum. I was wondering where that game went. I was like, where does Coffee... And I, like, Googled it, and Coffee Stain Studios no longer works with Stunlock. And that probably explains why Battle Right tanked, because Coffee Stain doesn't help develop it anymore. Because it got bought up by Embracer. So I was like, holy shit, no wonder why I can't get a new Sanctum 3, because Coffee Stain's bought up. There's a reason why I can't get, why Battle Right wasn't continued, because Coffee Stain was bought up. Like, it was this whole, it was an ongoing, I'm like, this sucks. And apparently I'm hearing rumors that they're going to buy up Supercell as well, which is a mobile company that makes Brawl Stars and Clash of Clans.
Oh, dang.
And I'm like, well, that sucks even more, you know? I'm like, Jesus, man. Like, that is a lot of stuff right there that you just, like, then they have, like, Dark Horse Comics. They also have Asmodee, which runs a couple of, like, they're one of the people who do board games and stuff, and are they're like the Hasbro of France.
Oh, okay.
And they have, like, some other, like, companies that are actually known for French art cartoons. So stuff that isn't necessarily effective against us in the US, but it's still a concern. You know what I mean? So I'm like, honestly, this feels like it's going to suck. Because eventually, when big companies get too big, they have to cut everything.
Yeah.
And they don't mind what they cut. They'll streamline everything. And they're like, think about how EA and Ubisoft does stuff right now. Where's Ubisoft's Rayman 4, right? Where is Child of Light 2? You know, where's Valiant Hearts 2? Where's any of the other games that are going to be based off the UbiArt engine? Where is it? Well, they don't make as much money as Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs and whatever else they want to put out there that's a constant sell. They won't do it.
It's going to be all mashed together and make everybody do one giant project.
Yeah. I mean, look at what Activision's doing. They got Toys for Bob, who used to make Skylanders and stuff. Then they made a really stellar Crash 4. And now they're working on assets for Call of Duty. Like, that's all they're doing. Like, at least even Nintendo uses only part of Monolith Soft to do assets for Zelda.
Yeah.
You know, like, think about that. Think about the fact, like, if Nintendo did that to Monolith Soft, we wouldn't have a Xenoblade 3 or a Definitive Edition. They'll just be working on fucking Breath of the Wild 2 right now. If the same way, you know, if Nintendo was as big as, like, Activision and crap like that, like, just doing this bonkers crap, you know? And investors want to push against it. At least with Nintendo, you can kind of respect that when the investors pushed on them to do more microtransactions, right? Mm-hmm. They just bought those companies. They just bought those investors' stocks back. Like, no, we're not doing that. Now go away. You know? Like, you can respect that, but even then, you can't guarantee this will always happen.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's kind of the problem. So, there's that, right? Mm-hmm. And it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because that just tells me there's going to be another Game Pass that will just... There's going to be a Game Pass against a Game Pass against a Game Pass. Like, there's going to be so much... There's going to be just like streaming with... Well, the way all the streaming videos and movies are right now. Like, nobody wants to do it anymore. You know?
Yeah.
When it was like 3, that was fine, but everybody wanted the piece of their own individual pie.
Yeah, it's
like,
going to get so huge,
like,
too. We're going to get, like, 50 of them, and nobody wants to pay $8 a month for eight 8 different streaming services.
Yeah, we're not paying $80 a month to have it 6,000 access to 6,000 games that we'll barely have any time to play. And then on top of that, there'll be such a glut of them that one person's going to say one thing about how offensive one game is, and then suddenly we will just be like, "Hey, where did Crash 3 go?"
Yeah.
Oh, there was something that was simulated as blackface, so we just removed it. Well, I think that's wrong. You should put it back. Doesn't matter. It's not your game. Not your game. You don't get to have that. So I feel like that's exactly where Embracer Group's going to come from. Because think about it. People are going to be like, man, I really wish they would make a new blah, blah, blah. They're like, you can. But what if I just released all these games for free just underneath this paywall, and you could have all of the Blob 1 and 2 right now? And then they'll be like, sign me up. You know, like they'll see it as a good deal because it's that immediate gratification, you know? Mm-hmm. And they won't see the underlying control of that. And I feel like that is the most poignant point to make about this whole thing, because it's toxic as shit. It's invasive and it's predatory as shit. People thinking, oh, well, forcing me to buy DLC is predatory. Yeah, imagine being able to like have all these quote-unquote games for free because you're paying for something, and they get to decide how long you get to play them. Disney Plus even has like expiration dates on movies. Like, what the hell, right? Yeah. Oh, watch this before it goes away. It can't go away. It's digital. You have it in a vault somewhere. How will it go away? You know, like that's the problem, is they're trying to force you to feel like you have to be watching stuff on their app.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when they start doing that, where certain games only come out seasonally?
No, just make sure they,
you know,
yeah.
Like it's Halloween. It's time for Scooby-Doo games again. Like, why can't I play that during the summer?
But it's so cheap, though.
You know,
Paraka. It's so cheap compared to a $70 buy-in. That's where they get you.
Yeah, but at least my $7 buy-in at least gets me the whole damn game. If for instance, if the Switch dies tomorrow, all of my games I can still play, except for some that require a download. I can still play them. If my Switch itself dies and I have to get a new one and it's no longer supported, I can still play all those games. Some of them might be a little buggier than others. Some might be missing some content because, you know, they had some free content. But I can still play them. That is the point, to play them. And being able to have access to them whenever I fucking want them. It's going to get to a point where eventually they want cloud versions of those games for single player games. So you're going to be like, oh, well, that way we don't have to sell you on a huge, powerful system anymore. We just give you the weakest system that has the best connection possibilities, and then we'll just stream how good that game looks. And then people are like, ooh, oh, that's exciting. And then suddenly, let's say you don't like a game, you make a report on it, and then they could ban you from it. Yeah. They ban you from a single player game because you will have to be online to play it.
Well, just
like,
wait.
How shitty is that?
Just wait for off-site behavior.
Yeah, that's another one. It was like, we didn't like how you tweeted about us, and we just decided to take you off of Kingdom Hearts 2. What the hell? I mean, shit. Dude, I still get banned from games off of EA's Origin because I blasted them about their SimCity stuff. That was how long ago? Dude, I still get banned from stuff. I get periodically in my emails that I'm no longer allowed to play games I never started. You know, like, that's how messed up that shit is. You know, that's messed up. But that's like peering into the future with this right now. And even though people are like, oh, I'm glad Embracer Group bought the really terrible company, and maybe the terrible company will right itself. Maybe it won't. That's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, because I'm pretty sure I've ranted about this quite a few times. Physical forever, bitches. Fuck off.
Yeah, conglomerates of
I like companies. Owning my stuff. I like to hoard my shit, put it underneath me, and I like to lay on it like a giant game dragon, and nobody can touch it.
You will own nothing, and you will be happy.
No. No. We will not do that shit. Sorry, Klaus. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and go into a little bit more of a lighter situation. The new Devolver Digital game, Cult of the Lamb, kind of blew expectations out. Apparently it reviewed very well, too. Especially for a roguelike game. It sold over 1 million copies in its first week. I mean, it's across all systems and stuff, but that's still, for a small game like that and stuff, yeah.
That's incredible.
That's incredible, especially for a roguelike. Like, that shit doesn't happen very often for one, you know? And yeah, they sold over 1 million copies, so the developers are like, yeah, you know what? We're going to be doing some free updates. We're going to be doing this. Like, they want to, like, obviously support it a bit more so they could reach... You know that they probably didn't do all the things they wanted to do with it, right?
Yeah.
So being able to kind of reach that goal, that's cool, you know?
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for them. You know, hopefully after they're all done with the updates and all that, they get a physical release so I can play all the updates without any of these fucking Embracer Group bullshit going on. But yeah, and the game, like, I have not played the game yet, right? Have you? Have you seen any of the game or anything?
I've seen a little bit of it, but I haven't played it yet.
But what do you think of it?
It's like a roguelike with, what is it? You recruit a cult?
It's like recruiting a cult. It's kind of like a roguelike meets Animal Crossing or something like that.
Okay.
It's weird. Or Sims. More like Sims, because like Sims actually had emotional things. Like you can bat somebody in the head with a net in Animal Crossing. They just get angry, but then they'll forget about it like 2 minutes later. Sims,
I've forgotten how bad the fishing is in this game.
The Sims was... It's more like The Sims, though. Like, as far as mechanics are sound. But basically, you control a farm, and you go into dungeons, and you kill stuff, and it's kind of like, basically, a roguelike. You die, you start all over, blah, 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 blah. You know, carry on from that.
Sushi fish.
So... But, I don't know. It looks fun. Like, it looks like a type of game that I can play, like, periodically. I'll probably, and I'm going to mention this in the future, too. I'll probably be playing it once we get our new studio up and running and a little space to kind of quietly stream.
Yes.
Yeah. Instead of having to fight you stupid-ass fridge. Like, fuck you. Anyway. Yeah, like, I think this looks great. Do you plan on ever playing it at all?
I might pick up a copy once it's on sale. It looks really solid though. So
yeah, it looks really solid. It looks like it moves pretty fluid and stuff. Then the character concept stuff are kind of fun. At first, I thought it was kind of one of the cheesier ones when we saw it at the Devolver Digital reaction that we did.
Yeah.
But it just felt like very Devolver Digital cheese. But I like that cheese. It's a fine cheese. So, but that's literally the only real two major things that happened. I'm using the word "but" a lot today.
Yeah.
Nah, booty. Anyway, yeah, we don't really have much that happened this week as far as games and other nerddom stuff and all that. Like, obviously, a lot of people are trying to ruin for Warhammer 40K because they're on Twitter and they hate that people actually enjoy things that they don't enjoy.
Anything new coming for you?
Yeah,
for your collection.
I got a few actually. We're gonna talk about that too. We're just gonna talk a little bit about some of the things that are going on as far as Play Casket goes. Like, it's actual like think of it as a weird video blog for what's happening in the future for our nonsense. The studio is about a week and a half out to be done now. Like, I should be able to install just about everything for basic recording, like, these microphones and stuff like that by next Friday. So you will probably hear a very crisper, cleaner your turn next week, because we do have a couple Casket talks that we have still recorded that we have not uploaded properly. I just gotta get a couple thumbnails, and that stuff should be ready to go for the next couple weeks. And yeah, we should be ready for streaming shortly after that. We will actually be getting into streaming, which, what do you think about that? Huh?
Let's do it.
Huh? What are you going to start streaming? What are you going to make people have to suffer you through?
What's a horror game? We could probably do a horror game or something. Well, we'll see. My only big issue with horror games is that the gamma is shit.
Gamma's always shit, though.
But horror games are always like really fun to watch. If not, we could do like something really stupid. I don't know, like Resident Evil 4 Knives Only or something like that.
play like I don't know, Turok with the like new AI or something like that.
Yeah.
Because Night Dive did some crazy crap with that stuff. We can do that, like some classic stuff too. Speaking of which, we have I have finally unearthed a huge plethora of GameCube games. We have in my little dark corner of this mausoleum here, I have a huge selection of Switch games that we will probably be doing a lot of, and we just received I just received a bunch from Limited Run not too long ago with Haven and Quake and Dusk not too long ago. So we could play some Quake and stuff. That'd be nice.
The more obscure, the better.
We'll probably play a lot of obscure. I like a lot of the indies and like a lot of the obscure indie stuff and all that. So
I like the gem in the dirt is always
the gem in the dirt.
Yeah, it's always like the best
Diamond
thing
in the rough.
Gem in the dirt. Because you know it's a diamond.
The shiny coin on the muddy street. Want another one? A clean window in LA. That's exciting.
Who remembers
Anyway.
these bullfangos are cursed as shit, by the way.
Fuck that bitch. Anyway, yeah, we got that's basically our little future there. What's the biggest? What do you hope for this like next phase in our like recordings and such in our little podcast?
I don't know, just have everything settled down. Like AC is like the one thing I guess I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, because we just have a giant machine that blows air on us, and then we have to like turn it off for a moment while we record. But this new studio is going to be central air. It's in the lower reaches, and it's going to be naturally cooler, like so much naturally.
Oh my
cooler.
god, this is so terrible.
Hit it harder. That was fantastic. I'm glad you did that. Anyway, but yes, that's basically all we have for your turn this week. It wasn't too bad. It was just me ranting about Embracer Group being potentially bad. But I'd like to thank you guys all for listening, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe. And we will see you on the other side.